here.
Oh, Michael! Holy shit! It kind of took off on us. We had a diesel run away.
No,
okay.
I rolled the wheel.
60 amps on that one.
With that,
no, 60 amps. That's it.
I said you're hitting above 60 amps.
Okay.
above. Thanks, Drew.
Well, we were gonna roll the fuse before anything else, I guess. What happened there at the end?
Why it worked or what?
Why it ran away.
Like it ran away from, I guess, just no torque.
Because it was torque control.
Oh,
So it was just
speed
gonna
control. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So never torque control again.
Well, once you're on the road, yeah.
Well, we got the wheels spinning. This is an incredible moment for us, and I only wish Chace was here to share this glorious moment with us. Yeah.
We end on a high note.
Yeah.
End on a high note.
All we needed to do was get rid of Chace, and that was it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's what it was. We have a sequence, I guess, now, right? So we're
Do you
pretty.
know what it is?
Yes. We remember that.
I know what it is.
Take it.
What was-
Send
Can you
it.
please write it down?
Yes.
How do you feel?
It's quite
Cool.
literally Benny's.
I'm awake
Benny's
again.
sequence
Yeah, right.
about-
Okay, so we just had a meeting in the shop, and it's a little disappointing. So we got the axle spinning, which is great. We celebrated. We were all super happy. The downside is we still have a long way to go. Realistically, he needs another week of programming and testing to really feel confident in this thing. And the unfortunate part is we don't have that week. That week is holding us up massively. So the problem is Steve is getting married next week. So he's leaving on Saturday to go get married. Of course, we're not going to hold him back for that. But that means that he's got to get married, he's going to have his honeymoon, and then come back later for that testing. We still need to hook up the generator, see how the generator charges the batteries. We'll need to be able to do load testing, dyno testing, the same kind of testing we did with Carl before we go haul loads. I was under the impression, and I got reined in a little bit, that hey, after the show, we'll go pin onto a trailer and we'll go do some low bed and some logging and start doing some testing. They say that we need a more metered approach. We need the data. We need to do it in a controlled environment at first. Do it with an empty truck, bobtail, then do it with an empty trailer, then do it with a half-loaded truck, then do it with a loaded truck, and we may still be 2-3 months off of to the point where this truck can go to work, as we got to work out the kinks in the software and the controls, how it performs. So it's a little disappointing. I thought we'd be a little bit farther, but realistically, we need another week. We need one more week to be fully confident. The truck moves and drives under its own power, and I did say that if it moves and drives under its own power, I'll take it to the show. So we'll still take it to the show. We'll still show it off, but we aren't going to be hauling logs for another couple months. Way it goes. I still think we ought to be proud, though. Honestly, this thing was just a set of frame rails 6 months ago. If you look back and what we did is, a year ago, we were debuting Carl, and we just started the testing a year ago. So we did 3 months of testing with Carl before we could do the engineering and redesign, and we did that for 6 months. There was some overlap while doing the testing. And then we had the parts, built this truck in under 6 months to now, yeah, we still need a couple months of testing. We still accomplished some great things. I'm just, on a personal note, I really wanted to go pin onto a loaded trailer and go.
Hey Chace.
Yeah.
Great news, man. I think we actually got the second axle figured out. I had a grounding issue or something, so we actually might be able to get the second axle going today.
Grounding issue on the low voltage?
Yeah, on the low voltage side. Yeah, what's powering the actual inverter itself. Now it's communicating. We got a whole bunch of weird CAN bus stuff, but I think we'll get it figured. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Stoked.
Oh, fuck.
Which is your bad hand? No.
It's all good.
You can pound with it now?
Oh, almost. Yeah, almost.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome news.
We can edit that last part out. That was the worst high five. Okay, other news, the booking the low beds right now for the show. So they're going to be coming to pick us up first thing Thursday morning or Wednesday afternoon. We got to book the convention center there. Actually book the delivery time so we can get the truck to the show. I'm emailing a couple news organizations and inviting some of the trucking companies we know down to the show.
You bet.
And working on the presentation materials and just kind of the show organization now. Now that we know that the truck works, well, there.
Hey, didn't see you there.
Hey, didn't see you there. No. Now that we know that the truck works, we're just working on getting everything else ready and down to the show. It moves. It's meet my minimum standard of, hey, this thing moves. It works. Apparently, we now have axle 2 going. We thought, okay, we got one axle. One axle can drive it, even if it doesn't one. Looks like both axles are working. So now we're definitely going to be able to bring this to the show as a drivable vehicle. Well, no, not definitely. A lot of things can still go wrong. Between then, we got to reprogram it all into the cab now. Yeah. That's one of the big things is that, we got all the rest of the stuff to do. But we have a very good chance of making the show. So now I'm booking all our low beds and...
Yeah, let's get into the show. Absolutely, we're going to get it there.
Good to meet you, Chace.
And how do you guys know of Edison Motors?
From YouTube.
From YouTube?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
more YouTube guys. Yeah. And you come bearing gifts, I see.
Yeah, those are the best. Oh, yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope we brought enough for you guys.
No doubt. Well, anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Right on.
It's always great hearing people hear about us from YouTube, because that was our last social media platform we joined.
Really?
And it was... It is the smallest.
And like the amount of people that just come by and be like, Richard, he left, I think, already.
Yeah.
Richard, Darren, but other people like just they're like, I'll bring beer and pizza. Can I swing by? And then they end up working here.
Oh wow.
Nigel, what you got there?
I have the door off of a ocean liner or something because it's very strong.
It looks.
You know it's strong because it weighs 1,000 pounds.
A lot of people have asked if we were going to have some form of opening window or old school air conditioning.
In fact, we do have an opening window, and this particular window slides. So look at that. Imagine yourself sitting in the Edison chassis, arm out the window, just enjoying a day.
What's that door sound like?
Strong.
Strong like bull.
We may have overbuilt a few things.
Custom.
Or wrench.
Another custom tool.
Yes.
To be inserted directly into
I did go.
The window open? Your shim came into my shim.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There, that looks good.
How's that weld line up?
Perfect.
And that aluminum shim on the bottoms that we used last time.
Dan, everyone wants to know, did you and Chace call each other this morning to decide what shirt you're wearing today?
No, I just have it off my couch because I sleep in my living room and then come to work. There's about 7 hours between shifts these days.
And who are you?
I'm Mark Leck. I work with Flowdraulic. I'm one of the programmers. I'm working on the HMIs that'll be in the cab.
And you came over from Calgary, correct?
Yep. I lived in Ontario with these guys for a while, and I've moved to Calgary. A little closer to you guys now, so I can help out with this project a lot more often.
Well, thanks for coming. We appreciate the help. What do you got going on over there, Big Easy?
We're testing serpentine belts now that we got the rotation right and the tensioner right, so we can run the water pump, because that's the only thing we got to run. She's coming together. Check back with me in 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll show you.
And what are you working on?
He's supervising. He's making sure everybody stays in line.
That's supervisor there, Bobo?
Yeah, buddy. Blake Dog.
Make sure no one drops any pizza?
Oh, he makes sure they drop the pizza.
All right, so this isn't the permanent belt. It's only a 6 rib, but we needed to figure out the length and the routing because it's never been done like this before. It's on there. It works. The tensioner's got tension on it. It's only got to run the water pump. Now, the reason I've come back around like this is because this needs to run clockwise and the engine runs anti-clockwise according to the CAT manual. Anti-clockwise. Now, I'd call it counterclockwise. I don't know what you guys... Leave a comment. Is it counterclockwise or anti-clockwise? But we're good to go there. I'm hooking up another oil line. Fans installed for the EV rad. This should move at 24 volts around 5,500 CFM, which really should keep everything cool. The generator is efficient, and when you run engines at like 1800 constant and they have a good flow, we shouldn't have any overheating options. We've got more capacity than we need. I think we're going to be okay, even with just this fan. We'll see what happens.
What are you working on, Drew?
Mostly just tidying up some of the high voltage stuff. It's non-spicy right now, so that's why I don't have gloves on.
Like cable management type stuff?
Yeah, this all looks nice.
All right, guys. Once again, I got to thank you for everyone donating for beers to the boys. Went out, stocking the beer fridge. Flow Hydraulics here for, I think, a day and a half left, 2 days. It is imperative that we get these last axle turning. We got one axle last night, trying to get this other axle tonight. The guys are working till midnight every night here. So least we can do, give them some beer, and we're getting those beer from you guys. We don't have it in our budget, and we appreciate you.
All right, we got the doors on. We got the fenders done today. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, these doors are not complete. They don't have their liners, but you know what? For the show, they're on, and I couldn't be happier.
Hey, is everyone ready?
All clear. We're going to be testing the power steering pump. So we're going to activate some high voltage. We're going to turn the power steering pump on for a little bit. And Jeff and Dan and Big Easy are going to be validating its use.
Battery going on.
Okay.
Heard it. Recharge starting.
Check. Charging up. 558. Steering 550. 558. 560. Steering 560. Let me know when you're ready to go, Jeff.
Ready.
Ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yell when to stop.
Hear it.
Yep.
4.
Motor sounds good. Okay.
Stop.
We're good.
Okay, we're good.
My mom's out here watching the test. But power steering pump test went really good. Now we'll start testing some more things, but overall, it's going good. I don't want to be too optimistic, but these guys know what they're doing. So I'm sitting back watching and learning.
So no logging roads till.
No, we don't, Chace.
My mom says I can't take it up logging roads until we fully check it.
Going the right way?
Yeah.
Mom!
Yeah, so what we're doing tonight, guys, is we're using our computer software system to create a set of sequences to initiate the axles using our accelerator pedal and our brake pedal. So actually using physical systems instead of using the computer to send signals. So hopefully with the work of the engineers tonight, we're going to be able to initiate commands through like physical means, like a throttle pedal, switches that are actually located in the cab versus just being on a laptop. So I got a good feeling about this. We've been working really hard on it. So
we're going to be spinning one of these.
Possibly 2.
Okay, what are we doing, Michael?
So we are going to be testing automation. So instead of Steve, Mark, and I all manually controlling things from our laptop, we are going to let the truck do the talking. So Mark is in the cab. He is going to be watching the air pressure gauge and see if the air compressor turns on and pushes it up to its set point and then stops. And if the air drops below its low set point, if it kicks back on. And then after that, we are going to try turning the axles with the throttle pedal. So we're going to try shifting, holding the brake. There's a whole sequence we have to learn, but if we figure that out, we might get the axles turning with the throttle pedal.
So you're going to take it all from these laptops and like have it hard set in the cab where Mark up there is going to be the first person to move an axle on an Edison rig with the pedal.
That's what we're going to do. Mark is going to do the talking here.
Mark is going to be the man.
He's going to be the mother. Steve is still the king here. If Steve wants to kill everything on the truck, he can do that.
Do we have a kill switch outside the truck?
I think we have it in the truck. Do we?
No, it's just
so the e-stop's in there.
right by you.
So what? Show us the e-stop.
E-stop.
So what does this do?
Press this. Kills power from the BMS, so that turns all the high voltage off, which will stop the motors if anything goes bad.
Okay, so what are you going to do for us?
So I'm going to operate the truck like we normally intend to. So We're gonna start it up. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna charge the high voltage. I'm gonna pull the brake off. I'm gonna try to put it in gear. And then I'm gonna step on the gas and hopefully the wheels spin.
Step on the gas.
Well, it's not gas.
There you
Throttle.
go. Someone will be mad about that in the comments. Yeah. I see some screens flashing.
Well, that means Steve just turned magnification on.
So that.
Yeah.
He said something that's a
Yeah.
mistake to say.
What?
You should redo that.
What?
He said stop the motor, which it very much does not do.
What does it do?
Well, it
Kills the
stops.
battery.
It kills the battery instead.
Yes.
Which would stop.
Stopping the motor while driving is an insane thing to do.
Well, stops power to the like.
So, Steve, what do you
Yeah.
think it does, or what do you know it does?
Kills the battery.
It kills the battery.
So it'll still coast, but it'll come to a stop with no power.
It's like if you broke your drive line in a.
Yeah, it'll coast. It's not. I didn't mean stop as in like.
It'll stop right.
Yeah.
We're good. Let's move on.
Yep, let's do it.
What was the $5 wage you just made?
Well, I bet Dan that my code's gonna work on the first or second try.
So you get one recompile.
Yeah, I get one change to get the throttle pedal moving the axles, and Dan owes me $5. Otherwise, yeah,
Make it a deal.
no, make it a deal.
All right.
We're about to test the onboard air compressor and a sequence of events that is enabling us to actually use a throttle pedal for the first time.
If anything goes wrong, what do we do?
We panic.
Show us the button. You gotta bring them. You gotta bring them both down. So just the foot throttle will
No,
even
that's
work.
not the issue. Because you're not looking at the secondary, right?
I only look at the secondary if the primary has a
Okay,
secondary.
so why aren't you starting back up?
Hey! Automatic.
Want to try throttle?
Yes. We're seeing if we can control the motor from the cab.
The motor or the axle?
Axle.
The axle motor. The motor's mounted to the axle, Dan. You definitely have those plugged in, right?
Yep.
Oh, Chace, now it's not going to work.
So I'm gonna press brake. Here. Brake release. I felt something.
Or second try, sorry.
Second try.
We have a driving
That's
truck
one of the ideas we were working on.
We just drove
Get
over the
everything
cab.
done.
at
It might be
1.5
easier
kilometers
just to ship
an
it to
hour.
Ontario than
Safe than
have
sorry.
more.
All right, guys. Want to thank all of you for donating to us. Coffee for the crew, beers for the boys. Support our YouTube. And okay, I'll go first. So, I've been farting. He donated. He suggested we go and get us donuts, and we went. What's the donut place? What's the weird name?
Kakuli Cafe. He specifically said, "Hey guys, go get yourself some Bannock donuts, and Bannock donuts by far the best."
Yeah. So that's what these are. Thank you, man. We got a box of coffee for everyone, and everyone loves that. Chase.
Oh, want to thank Roland Boysenberg from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Oh, hope everything's going there good right now. He says, "Good job, team. Once again, I'm proud to be Canadian, eh?"
Okay.
Michael Mamlock from Mays Landing, New Jersey. Have a good time at Fully Charged. Keep bringing proper Skookum content.
Skookum. That word's really picking up, Chase. You can pretty much take responsibility for a lot of that new spread.
No, that's
There's some
AVE.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
true.
a Chinook for hundreds of years ago.
The two of you are spreading. But yeah, I guess he's got some good reach. Okay, we got Paul Hines from Shawville, Quebec City. Or Quebec. I'm not sure. He says enjoy.
Nice. We got Cole Story from Derby, Kansas. Been watching this truck come together. Can't wait to see it run down the road. Same.
Oof, we all are.
Yeah.
Ronald Brain from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ron has been a continued donator and member. Joking aside, just appreciate the craftsmanship and attention to detail. Keep it up, fellas.
That's an inside joke because last time I left a footnote and Dan read it as like
And
his
he
comment.
left that one?
Yeah, he actually left it this time, so he's got a good sense of humor. Thanks, Ronald. He donates like every time, basically. He's a huge supporter.
Awesome, thank you.
There's
Thank
quite
you.
a few of you I miss showing everyone every time, but I appreciate it. We got Bernice Humphrey from Cartwrights Hill, Australia. Here's to a good start of the day. Keep up the great work. In Inara Christie, Australia.
We got Andrew Peters. He said you'd love to see us down in Maine. There's a bunch of logging trucks down there we ought to convert. He says, keep tubing the U's. Andy.
Good.
Oh, Andrew Peters. Orchard Beach, Maine. ME, Maine. It says Maine. Logging Trucks in Maine. Figured it out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he figured it out with.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Tim Tracy from Berrien, Washington. Wow, did not expect to hear my name on your video. You guys are awesome. Keep it up, and please have a cold one on me.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, thank you guys.
Wait,
Thank you
no,
for
I got one
supporting.
more. So that's 2 in a row for Tim there, and you got to hear your voice twice, or your name. So then we got Corwin Schick from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
All right, thanks, guys. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. And thanks for the bannock.
Cheers.